can we talk about Mr. Freeze?
Yeah, let's talk about Mr. Freeze.
That
So
is
I would like to go on a micro rant before you start, just a little
sure
bit.
thing.
So we talked about when are boss fights gonna go the fucking way of the dinosaur? When are we sick of boss fights? And that article came out in 2011, which makes it crazy hilarious that Dark Souls and all this other shit, but also so did that Mr. Freeze boss fight, which is the best boss fight in that series.
Wow, that was when that happened. Oh, you extra suck on the timing there. Amazing. Yeah, so that was incredible. It was so
much
good,
better than every other boss in that game.
It's phenomenal.
Crazy.
It's super cool, and especially now, like after the fact, kind of thinking about how it's like, oh, you like this is everything that you can do stealth and like everything you can do in like Predator missions essentially is a viable option to do here, but it's not a Predator fight. You don't, you know that, but it's you have to think in that way to kind of start solving it.
It is a Predator fight, but it's against, instead of like 10 guys, it's one.
Yeah,
really big guy.
Yeah, and then you can't repeat your options. You know, super cool. Really love that. Had a thing where using the detective vision led to me not seeing the things getting frozen over after you do it the first time, so I kept trying to like zap him against the wall.
Yeah.
And then a screen popped up that was like, here's a bunch of things that you can do. That was essentially like a cheat sheet explaining how to fight him, which people had never seen.
I had never seen it. No.
Yeah, apparently, so that's a thing. And it was like, and I was like, oh, is this like a Virgil easy is now selectable type of moment where, but it's like not, but it's not from losing, but from just trying the same thing too many times. And then it's like, yeah, you have options. So
how far into the game is that fight? It's relatively early.
Someone said halfway, but I don't know if that's true.
I can check this.
It's been 2 sessions.
I've started. I mentioned this to you before a little while ago, but I'll tell you, this is such a good. You just look up Arkham City.
Yeah, long play,
full playthrough,
and then find where it is.
Just scroll until you don't recognize it.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, okay, that's where I'm at. And then you just look at the chart and be like, this is how many days, parts.
I got to it at the end of 2 sessions of playing. I did a bunch of side quests the second session, and like about half mainline. So could be 6 hours of play.
It is exactly halfway through.
Okay, yeah. So we're keeping pace then.
Yeah. So like, it's so smart, and I kind of wish they had this in Arkham Asylum or some variation of it, or that they had it earlier. Because like when I played through the Predator sections, you can just do like 2 or 3 things and just like ace those sections, no problem. Like just scoop up guys off gargoyles, batarang this guy, and like sneak up behind the rest, and you got him. And there's like a million different little things that you're able to do. And that Mr. Freeze fight is the first time in both games that they're like, no. You will learn how to do all these things. You will actually try all these things at least once.
So as I've been getting better at the combat and like, you know, trying to improve there and sort of, you know, do better here than last time, the Predator sections are still somewhat elusive. I'm doing a little bit better on them, I think. But
they're way harder than the combat section.
So, well, I think I was kind of missing... anyway, I remember when I was thinking about it, like, is this like Ass Creed style? And it's like, no, not necessarily, because you get one dude you can take out by dropping down and doing that, but then I kind of was trying to use the mounts to grab the other dudes, which I remember doing in Asylum, but in this case it feels like, yeah, you can't just keep doing that, right? They make it much harder to do perched takedowns in those situations. So then you have to get down. I feel like you have to take out one dude like that, they all get alerted, and then you have to then get down and start sneaking behind and doing the other types of takedowns.
Yeah.
You know? But all that to say that, yeah, as that popped up, it was like, oh, okay, here's the explanation. And then there was a moment of like, wait, am I better off not reading this or so? And then eventually, after kind of going like, should I not? I don't know what's going on. It was like, okay, I'm just not going to read it. And I closed it off. And it was way better that I did, because realizing what the gimmick was there makes that fight like, yeah, that's phenomenal. I thought that was the best thing I've experienced in this series so far. Super cool.
So you're in this strange position with these Arkham Rocksteady games where like they're right there, they're all out in front of you, and you can just go to them at your leisure. You don't have to sit and wait for multiple years for Arkham City like everybody did.
Mhm.
But then at the end is Suicide Squad and the death of the fucking studio.
Can I just say though?
Oh,
Okay, but can I just, if I could just mini rant a little bit?
Yeah, give me a micro rant.
It's kind of annoying how like about half of the discussion while I'm playing Arkham City is about games that are coming after Arkham City and just about what I should do next.
I just lost Audacity. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, crack it back open.
Oh, what a good Windows we got here. What's the date?
It is the 6th.
January 6th. Oh.
What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
All right. Let me know.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop this. Turn you off.
Yeah. Ultimately,
Windows 11's a piece of shit. Wow. I'm back.
Cool. Ultimately, what I'm describing is something that happens with every series and so on to a degree, but it's very razor focused hard in this one, where I just started this, and so much of it is about Night, Origins, whatever's next, etc. And it's kind of like, let's just be in the moment for a sec, as opposed to focusing on every game that comes after this right now.
Some games are just like way worse than others. But like, oh man, I forget what it was. There was something a while ago I was playing that was like the first in like a multi-part series. And like the very first question every single day was like, are you going to play like 3 sequels from now?
Right.
And I'm like, can I just get through the end of this first stream, please?
Now, and I'm imagining watching somebody start Devil May Cry 1 and then get ready to announce they're going to play 2. And then in your brain, you're like, oh man, can't wait for 3 and 4 and 5, But
what was that?
There is that thing of just like, it's happening so much with this one about like whether or not Origins is good, or I should, or play Night, or whatever the case is. And I'm like,
oh, it's crazy.
It's super concentrated here. Where like we're looking past it, the current moment immediately. That being said, Metal Gear is another franchise like that for sure.
It was Xenoblade.
I take that. Okay.
I was 3 sessions into Xenoblade, and people were asking me what my plans for the Xenoblade 3 DLC was. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, oh my God. Can I beat this one and see if I like it? Can I do that?
So I have to imagine that this excitement comes from like, oh my God, how good is that best part of this franchise that comes later in the other games?
Yeah.
But when you're not there and you don't know, you kind of need to just chill and let the game play out,
It's so like, what's the word? It feels like, oh, I know exactly what it's like because I've described this problem before. Hey man, I'm thinking of getting into Monster Hunter. Okay, bet. Okay, I'm super good at Monster Hunter. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go with you, and I'll show you what the key quests are, and we'll just rush right through those, and we'll get you right to end game, and then we'll get you right in an end game set, and then you do end game Monster Hunter rating with me. Oh, we're gonna go fight Gogmazios and all that, and then they do that, and you're like, I don't know what the game is. I don't like it.
I don't even know what is that. What am I? Yeah, 1,000,000%.
You started playing an MMO? Okay, we'll get you to level cap tomorrow. No, I wanted to play my game. What?
Yeah. Now, I think, right, there are people who are the opposite of what you described, who are like, I don't even want to have that journey. I just want to jump on where everyone else is and be a part of the conversation. So get me there right away.
Absolutely. It's 2 completely different ways to view something. Like, so there's a huge proportion of people that look at any multiplayer game and they're like, oh, well, I want to play the multiplayer game with people and I want that core experience, whatever it happens to be. And they're looking at an RPG or a hunting game or an MMO or whatever. And they're looking at it like Rainbow Six Siege or Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is there all this in between nonsense getting in the way of the thing that I want to do?
Yeah. And that's not what made me fall in love with video games. Like it's the opposite of that, actually, So getting through these experiences and taking my time and going through it and immersing, etc.,
Yeah, like
Um,
I can say Monster Hunter is the best example. You know what gets people into Monster Hunter? When you leave them alone and they decide in low rank, I'm gonna make a Royal Ludroth armor set within 5 hours of the game, and then my guy's gonna look really cool and he'll look like the Royal Ludroth, and I made it. That was really satisfying.
right. Yeah.
That's the experience. Not, oh, you gotta build up your shit and get your augments so you can fight GOG.
I will say that it is funny though that like as somebody who likes to, experience the content and listen to things like, again, let those thugs play out in the church and their conversation, the amount of excuse me, a lot of people are like used to just ignoring all that all that dialogue, and are thus like, why are you spending any time listening to any of this?
So slow.
Exactly. And the game, now that I'm running around the world, it's like, oh, it's endless. The chatter is endless. So
there's a lot of,
I'm sure after you play
one.
these games for hours and hours, and you have them in your brain for the last 15 years, you filter out so much of that it doesn't mean anything anymore. But I'm looking at it like, oh, is this an interesting piece of lore, or someone going to say something quirky about one of the rogues gallery villains that, you know what I mean? Is there some fun flavor text that's going to come from these two goons talking? And it's like, just fly past it, get to the next objective. Okay.
So
So
there's a YouTube feature that I really like, and it really sums up like a bunch of different conversations that we've had over the years, where you remember the joke of like, hey, I really want you to play this. I'm not going to watch it though.
Yeah.
But I want you to play it. So I don't know if you've used this as the follow-up to that, which is like, I don't get it. The people were like so excited for me to play this, but like views are like, they're average, they're not crazy. It was weird compared to like the amount of like manic adoration. Let me go on to one of my videos and do that little scroll thing where you get to see where people actually watch the video. Oh, they're skipping to big moments. They actually just want a super cut of twist reactions,
most
like a reaction
part.
channel.
Yeah. Best ofs, etc.
That's actually, I'm like, oh yeah, can you play through Xenoblade 3 so that and Xenoblade 2 so that I can see your reaction to the plot twist at the 89-hour mark?
Basically, yeah.
And then I'll watch that, and then I'll be like, oh, that was such a good use of everyone's time.
I mean, literally with Wanted Dead, someone was like, please play through the rest of this. I'm not going to watch it, but play through it though.
You should do it.
So yeah. So, but that just to note so far that like the Mr. Freeze fight is like notably
it's incredible. It's the best.
Strong, phenomenal, good stuff.
It is the highest point of that franchise.
Bummer that's not one step onto further things.
So there's a lot of highs in that franchise. Arkham City is pretty uniformly good across the bar, but like that is like absolutely like the best fight they ever did. No question.
So I have to say that like walking into this going, I hope we're not I'm not looking for another army of joke banes, and while we are struggling against the joke bane AIDS deep in the blood now, I do see stuff that pops up like, hey, here's the Ra's al Ghul fight, in the dream sequence where it went by so quick for a second that I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't get a chance to like properly time the dodges. And then we got like another round of it with all the counters and everything. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I like this. This is cool. Like the dodging, the blades, getting in the shot, and then countering everything, and then having the group battle in your dream sequence was a refreshing not Bane, So anytime, even if they're going for it in swings that might not pay off, because I can see how like Solomon Grundy was, it wasn't anything much to write home about.
There's something going on with Arkham City that that game is like the absolute pinnacle of the 7th gen video game. Like it is all of its strengths and all of its weaknesses simultaneously. Like including the part where you're like, why am I playing Catwoman when I start the game? Oh, it's an online pass thing. This is
DLC.
Fucking weird.
That's what that was.
Right? But one of the things that they had more of is like, hey, you know what? This is going to be a 15-hour game. let's have like 25 completely unique encounters.
Cool.
With this rogues gallery.
Cool.
They don't all have to be bangers. They don't all have to be super mechanically deep, but let's just vary it up and vary it up and vary it up.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been quite a few of them so far. And no, and I appreciate the variety of what's going on there. And it's not just like mount on the shoulders, run the bull into the wall, etc. You know?
I'm not a fan of that type of fight in anything.
Where you control the
don't like
the big thing
and smash it into the wall. Don't care. Done it like a million times.
Yeah, no, kiting the bull into a weak into a wall or whatever versus kiting them into your fists. Way more fun. And shout outs to the fucking bat shark repellent on the ice where you just fucking Ip Man beat down a shark that pops up there. In any case, that Riddler shit is I've found
it's what broke my ass, dude.
But it's joy now because I'm playing with Reggie and Reggie's dying every time he sees green. I'm getting powered up by the Riddler.
Bro, so there were two things that broke me. One was Zombie Genocider and Dead Rising, which was like the jab.
Yes, yep.
And the full straight right was like getting all the Riddler trophies in Arkham Asylum and being like, all right. Because in Asylum, it was like reasonable and pretty fun to do. And then getting to City, and it's like, you want fucking, I don't even know how many, 500? And then hearing about Arkham Knight, where I think it's up to like 1,000.
Yeah, so... Okay, so I've heard multiple complaints. One of the most valid being, it ruins the skyline.
It really does.
When you look out on the city,
it ruins a bunch of environments too, because there's just Riddler shit everywhere.
Green fucking question marks, green paint, and then green dudes standing on top of towers now. Even, no matter what, you can't get rid of it. And it's like, how could he possibly be doing so much behind the scenes while the main quote unquote villain is the Joker?
So I'm gonna look up. So in Arkham Knight, it's 243. Arkham City Riddler trophies is for how many is it? It's a lot. It's a couple hundred, and then there's a couple hundred more for Catwoman exclusively.
Yeah. So I think
it's like up to like 440 or some shit. It's insane. It's absolutely fucking
the industry
ridiculous.
had to push it to the limits to learn where they are, all right, and then pull back from there. And at the time,
regardless, it's too much.
Yeah, but this was an era when you were still seeing scores for replay value. You know, this was a don't sell this at GameStop. There's so much more in store if you collect all those Riddler trophies.
Hey, Woolie, do you want to hear something that you are not going to have to deal with in Arkham City?
Mm-hmm.
You can get the real good ending, no problem, no matter how many Riddler trophies you get.
What was the fucking deal beforehand?
Well, in Arkham Knight, the sequel to the game you're playing, you do have to get all the Riddler trophies to get the
good ending,
the secret ending. So...
Is it the secret ending or the true ending?
I believe it is the secret ending that sets up something that will never happen.
Okay. Well, whatever. That's a bridge to another city. But as far as...
Also, I disagree with Riddler trophies being replay value. Because me scrounging the earth for dirt and puzzles is not the game that I want to play.
No,
I want to play... Batman fighting thing.
It's dog shit. But back then, right, games were discovering that if you put fucking bullshit fetch questathon collectible things and then you put Chivos on them, you're artificially extending the game. It's learning how to make anime filler. You know?
So here's the part that I don't get. Have you taken a look at Arkham City or Arkham Asylum's arcade modes?
No.
There is like a full like game of each of the Predator or the melee combat. Like there are dozens of stages with like
the challenges.
characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw there's a challenge section where you can go in and do those things. Yes, that part.
Like
Yeah.
if you put like a veneer on that and called it like Dead as Disco, it would
Sure.
actually be like much larger than that game in its totality.
With all, yeah.
Just one thing, like that game does not want for replay value. If I wanted to just go fight a bunch of fucking dudes as Robin,
Yeah.
in that game, I could just do it right now.
And I thought there was even a section called downloadable maps, which was like
There's a ton.
There's shit that came out after the fact. Even exactly. No.
There is a ton of shit in that
so
game.
you didn't even have to do these fucking Riddler collecting things. Yeah. I would hope that as of not the sequels but the latest iteration, has a lesson been learned in Kill the Suicide Squad, or
so the argument is Suicide Squad or Gotham Knights the actual latest game?
Okay, well,
like which one is it? One's made by Rocksteady, but the other has the name.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say,
the answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no. I have a unique perspective today on that topic, which we can get to in a little bit. But the answer is no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the people making the thing are where the lessons continue, not the name.
Well, they turned that game into a shooter, so
okay.
Yeah.
In any case,
do you want to play a shooter?
No.
Yeah, there are 4 playable characters in Arkham City,
and
2 of them are the arcade mode exclusive, and I think that's Nightwing and Robin.
Yeah, no, that's cool, and that all of them were like, anyway, whatever. They could have done an infinitely better job of this bullshit, but like, just there's something about coming across a room with like 4 of them, one of which is pink.
It looks like shit, dude.
And then like and then fucking Nigma starts talking and yapping about whatever, and then a green thug shows up in the dudes you're fighting, and Reggie's just melting off the couch, like sliding onto the ground. I'm kind of like, this is actually kind of amazing right now. How ridiculous they went with it and thought it was a good idea at the time. Very cool. Enjoying that.